morning, everyone. It's 30 minutes before race time. Welcome to the Race Statistics YouTube channel, Twitch channel, TikTok.
Hello.
Hello, this is Grash here with you. Early on, I've got Ollie with me this morning.
Hello, hello.
Yeah. We got a little bit of news before we get to basically yesterday Lance Stroll pulled out of the race. Basically he had an injury last year before preseason testing, and he's re-triggered that injury over the past few weeks. So that's one piece of news. The other news is that Yuka Tsunoda is a pit lane start.
Yep, exactly. That issue for Lance Stroll coming back to him apparently over the last 6 weeks, I believe they said. And he's just opted to take this one off, and he's going to have a procedure before the next race.
And chat, hi Grash, who's replacing Stroll? Stroll's not being replaced. So basically, what's happened is no one can replace Stroll because basically they didn't take part of qualification. So the rules basically say is that you have to take part of qualification in order to be part of the race. You have to also have taken part of pre-practice to take part of qualification. So literally, basically, Aston Martin had to replace Stroll before pre-practice 3, before they could get before. Yeah, they had it. It did not start.
Yeah. Kind of a tricky rule there, but yeah.
Yeah. Type in chat. Yeah. What do you think about? Have you been following the free practices?
Yeah, I have a bit. It's interesting because there are some sessions where McLaren have seemed so far ahead. Some sessions where people like Ferrari, sometimes Red Bull as well, have been in there. Mercedes knocking on the door every now and then. But it does seem McLaren have that edge here, maybe 2 tenths, 3 tenths. But the fight for third today will be very close, I think. I mean, you've got Max up in third on the grids. As we saw yesterday, George and Max setting identical times in qualifying. So they're going to be racing down into turn 1, no doubt about it. And then the 2 Ferraris in behind with Antonelli there as well. It's going to be a real race for that 3rd and 4th area of the standings today.
Yeah, we've also got George Russell lining up on that second row with Max, so that's going to be interesting right there.
Yeah. Will tensions flare again? We'll see. But yeah, could get feisty into turn 1.
Yeah, the big thing coming in this weekend was that we had the new regulations about the wings, and they were down. I have the stats in front of me. Hold on a sec. 10 millimeters when the load is applied on both sides was previously 15. 15 millimeters when the load is applied on one side was 20 millimeters. And the front wing flex flap can only be 3 millimeters, was 6 millimeters previously. So yeah, I mean, and you know what? We went in not knowing what to expect, and I don't think it's done anything, to be quite honest. I think teams are ready for this.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, I think some people maybe thought it would hurt McLaren, maybe hurt Mercedes as well. I don't think it has, to be honest. I think the change is very minimal in terms of the pace order. It's, yeah, not really a major change, it looks like. I think probably the most major change actually from it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think probably the most major change from this is going to be in the fact of actually the teams having to stick to that regulation. I mean, we saw in China with Ferrari getting that double disqualification from the race for the plank wear, for example, and Gasly as well. It's teams have got to be
No,
careful with the technical stuff.
no, it was Hamilton was a plank issue, which he's had before with
Oh, it was
Chase.
tires as well.
And then it was weight with Charles and Gasly.
Yeah, that was it. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, same principle though, I guess. Teams have got to be on their toes, making sure they don't make a little mistake with that.
Anything else stand out from quali that you want to talk about?
I think for the most part, it was relatively as you'd expect. However, I think like I'm still so impressed with how Isaac Hadjar has done this season. Like he's up again there in P9 on the grid, challenging the big guys in an RB. He's just done a fantastic job, I think, this season as a whole. To come in as a rookie and confidently, beat Liam Lawson so far and really be pushing for the best that car can deliver. He's done a really, really good job. I think he deserves a special mention for that.
Yeah, the weird thing is that he is essentially the fourth Red Bull driver in this situation, and that's the
Yeah,
best place for him to be right now.
absolutely. It allows him to show what he can do without having that pressure of the main Red Bull seat, which has just been shown to absolutely emotionally wreck drivers from what I can tell. Because Verstappen is just so good in that car. And joining that team, it's just, you're never really going to be able to beat him, I think. Because, the team is built really
But,
there for
but
him.
yeah, but it's never been about beating Max. It's about
It's big,
performing. Yeah, it's again Checo 2 years ago. First half of the season 2 years ago is what Red Bull was expecting out of that driver.
yeah. It's
It's
just
not.
about being close to Max.
Yeah, it's about being close to Max, about and getting points so that Red Bull can win the constructors.
Exactly. Yeah. And unfortunately, Yuki Tsunoda is not a bad driver as well. He got a bit unlucky in qualifying yesterday because the field was so close. There's one mistake and you're out. But it's hard to watch sometimes. It is hard to watch sometimes.
One of the things that's going on again with Red Bull, we got to go back about, let's say, 2.5 years now when Dietrich died. He was the owner of Red Bull.
Yeah.
It left a vacuum, a political vacuum within the company, which two factions formed, and
Yes.
Horner was on one side, Helmut Marko was on another side of that civil war, effectively.
Yeah, that is true. It was a really tricky scenario for them because obviously you have two quite strong opinions and conflicting. It's always going to cause a bit of dispute in the team, I think.
I have missed a question. Oh, okay. Yeah, our other Andrew is Ollie. Would you like to introduce yourself? Give people a little bit of background about yourself. People are asking
Yeah,
about you.
sure thing. I am a sim racer, turning real life racer this year. I've been racing for over half my life now, and absolutely love motorsport, love Formula One. So really enjoying commentating here as of right now. And yeah, just sim racer turning real racer. Really, that's the story of me.
Congratulations on. I know you had told me previously about sim racing. This is new that you're going in an actual vehicle. So congratulations.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the opportunity. I mean, really feel fortunate to have that.
I'm gonna look at any questions right now.
Uh,
That. Again, those are been asking a lot of questions about what is the money on the side of the screen. That's basically the driver's salary as they earn per second since the start of the stream. So we've basically converted their salary into how much they would earn per second, and that's what you're looking at the moment.
why is this not working?
Yeah. Question: do you have a YouTube or Twitch channel, Ollie?
Not one I use much. I used to, but then I stopped using it for a while. Maybe in the future, though. We'll see.
Just trying to think. If you guys want to ask questions and get them highlighted, get my attention, you can use my name at Grash and Ollie. I'll type my name in both chats in one second. Username happen to be both on both platforms. We've got 18 minutes to go right actually 17 minutes and 30 seconds to go before the formation lap. We're still right now, cars are on the grid and the teams are doing the last minute adjustments to them. We've got the grid walk. Not as many people on the grid as I would think this. Oh, we got a chance again. Those of you who are on YouTube, thank you for showing up. Basically, if you have, now's a great time to like and subscribe. Those of you who are on Twitch, basically, you follow the channel and you have your notifications set up correctly, you'll get those automatically. I want to thank everyone again. I want to thank the YouTube members. I've got the list of them here. It's like two of them I can't pronounce your name because you've got kanji. My apologies. But that would be Hansel, Kata, Gisley MC, John Kopelman, TKO 22, Farquhar, Melvera Seabrooks, Fuka, Brian 24, David Mitchell, Slan Dube, Alan West, Walter Vaughn, Voger Wild, Shay, Howard Freeman, Amidak Cyberwolf, Dark Mayu, Mayek Lenjar, Stephen K, Jose Herveo, Injudu, El Cook, Polabu, Andrew Dumas, Edward Mon, Pace, the Senate, JDH Rice, Roger Dilquaz, Grown Hurek, Damaris, Demar Pinto, Evelyn Morales, George Hamilton, Elmwax Frank, Raj, Jose Martinez, Tiff Ma, Carl, and I'm also a member on YouTube as well. Thank you to all of you for being a member. We do have a Patreon. We do have one member already. That's Bals. Thank you for being a Patreon member. Thank you for supporting the channel. Why haven't I joined the Patreon yet? I know I'm on Twitch. I don't have the list of Twitch subscribers as of yet, but I know we've got about 420 uh, people, I think. It's either 320 or 400. I forget the exact number, but we got a good number of people who've already subscribed and following the channel on Twitch. And we just started really honestly, like with Imila basically. So that's what's going on. We're at 15 minutes right now, and this is the national anthem being performed right now. Amen saying that Alonso needs to get points in his hometown. Okay, what you guys right now? Ben, I actually don't know how the points, how much points you earn. I know if as long as you are here, and you're chatting regularly, you earn points. There's a few other ways, such as doing super chats. You will earn points. Thirteen minutes ago, before the race starts, that'll be the formation lap. We'll start with the formation lap, and then the actual start of the race shortly after that. Looking at different things in the moment. Again, no. Again, as more people have arrived, two top stories this morning has become to the race. First, that Yuki Tsunoda is basically they broke park for me in his car last night, so he's a pit lane start. Yeah. And then the other issue that we have, the other issue is that Lance Stroll has pulled out of the Spanish Grand Prix. Basically, after quali, he basically was taken directly to see medical. So basically, what's going on there is that ultimately Stroll did not weigh in after quali, and that is an infringement. Team has given a warning because ultimately Stroll basically was taken to medical, was seen by medical, and was ultimately pulled from the race. So stewards basically have taken into consideration the fact that he's gone to medical as mitigating circumstances and have only given a warning to the team in terms of the infraction, which makes sense. Being asked who is going to replace, no one's replacing Stroll. Ultimately, you have to basically be in. You have to take part in quali to be in the race. Oh, I was watching and took about the layout looked funny. Yeah, it was just a vertical layout. It would just be normally the timing chart over on. Well, I understand that would be just the timing chart over on TikTok. But thank you for coming over here, Senna. Again, Lance Stroll is taking is basically been pulled from the race. There is no replacement for him because no one took place in FP1 in quali yesterday. Stroll is out. That is correct. You're interviewing Yuki. Yuki's being interviewed a moment. Yeah, basically Yuki basically is a pit lane start. Basically, he was interviewed and basically said, "Hey, anything can happen." He again pointed out that he started on pit lane in Imola and scored points, but that's not what Red Bull needs him to do. They need him to be in the points starting and to earn good points, not just a few handful. So. Is Martin racing? Because I heard Victor Martin's supposed to race in F2. That would be in F2 today, just F1. We're 8 minutes and 30 seconds left to go before this get to the formation lab. Hulkenberg being interviewed. No, it's Borrello being interviewed. My apologies. So drivers are getting onto the grid now to their cars. They've all got, well, half of them seem to have someone with them with an umbrella to keep the sun out of their face. Oh, just F1. Victor Martin was in, I believe, Albon's car for FP1. It's a rookie. He did a rookie. It's the rookie training requirement that each team this year has to run a rookie twice in each car in FP1. The other person was Rio Hirawa, and he was in Ocon's car for FP1 in the Haas. Why Snowden pits? It's a pit lane start because he broke. Red Bull decided to break Park Fermi in his car last night. Do you have anything to say right now, Ollie?
Sorry, I'm back now. Everything fixed on my end. Alright. I mean, I was just hearing what you're saying about Tsunoda breaking Park Fermi yesterday. The technical director at Red Bull came out and said that they admitted to basically making mistakes with his setup over the last few races, which they think might have been holding him back quite a bit. So they took this opportunity where he was at the back already to change things up a bit and try and figure out what works for him, which is the main reason to this pit lane start today.
I didn't know that the technical director came out and said that they had made a mistake. That is effectively saving face for Yuki Tsunoda.
Yep. Only 5 minutes to go now till the start.
5 minutes and 30 seconds right now. I'm trying to get over to the race stream. F1 TV is being funny at the moment. I'm trying to
Yeah.
see what's going on. Formation hasn't started yet. We're waiting for it's 5 minutes to the formation lap, Neil. There we go. Cool. So F1 is starting their broadcast now for the race itself. We just had a poll: which team will win the most points today? McLaren was 65%, Ferrari was 14%, Mercedes was 2%, and Team Verstappen is 17%. I don't know if you've noticed that we've been past few races we've just done Verstappen as its own its own marker in that poll. The next poll is: are we going to finally see Alonso score points in his own race? Answers are maybe, no, and yes, with a double S, which hopefully is for super yes.
I hope for him he can.
He should. He's starting 10th.
Yeah. He did a really, really good job yesterday in qualifying.
Right now, 58% of you think 59, 60%. Again, I think are right now on board with him potentially earning points this weekend. Again, we've got a 66 lap race around this circuit. The tires this weekend are the C3, C2, C4. These are the hardest compounds. So the C3 is the soft, C2 is the medium, and C1 is the hard. Again, this is the flip from the last weekend, last 2 weekends where we had the C6, C4, C6, C5, C4 as our tires. We are trying to normalize our volumes. We're working on that as we go through this session to give us a little bit of time. Again, let's go through the order right now. Yuki Tsunoda is P19. He's going to pit lane start after brake park Ferme. Lance Stroll is out of the race and is no replacement because no one took part in quali in his place. Colpino is 18th. Sainz is 17th. Ocon is 16th. Hulkenberg is 15th. Behrman is 14th. Lawson is 13th. Borrell is 12th. Borrell is 12th. Albon is 11th. Alonso starting 10th in the points. Isaac Hadjar is 9th. Gasly is 8th. Leclerc is 7th. Antonelli is 6th. Hamilton is 5th. Our second row is Verstappen and Russell. Max 3rd. George 4th. And then the Papaya front row. Oscar up front in the pole and Norris 2nd.
Yeah, this is going to be intense into turn 1. Lots of big battles through the field.
Like right now, track temperature is 50 degrees. We saw that in FP1 and FP2. Air temperature is 29.6 degrees. These are in Celsius. It's 50 degrees humidity. I thought it was less humid in FP1 and FP3 yesterday.
Yeah.
We are by the coast though. That's the other factor.
Yeah.
So that's not necessarily any indication of higher humidity means there's more downforce essentially because there's more water in the air.
Yes.
Ultimately, we are not expecting this to be a wet race, so that is one of the things to play here. So we're about 43 seconds away before things begin. Teams are taking off those blankets and be getting off the grid in a few seconds now.
Ready to go here in Spain, Nelly.
Oh, why Sonoda pits? Basically, the pit lane. After qualifying 20th yesterday, Red Bull decided to break Park Ferme and change things on the car, and so that amounted to a pit lane start. He will come out of the pits on the formation lap and come back in. That's one of the things that that's required this year. Actually, is that new changes that if you're a pit lane entrance, you still do the formation lap. You just come back into the pit. And here we go. They are starting the formation lap now. The other thing is that again, Stroll is out. Again, last year before preseason testing, Stroll had an accident while cycling, and that took him out, I think, during preseason testing. And then he came back, and apparently that injury has been re-triggered in the past 6 weeks.
Yep. That is exactly what they believe has happened for Lance Stroll. Also, something to note, Yuki Tsunoda, the only one on the medium tyre for the start of this race.
That's interesting. A lot of them are on used tires. Bortolo is on a used tire. Albon is. Several laps, the two. Most I see is 3 laps on a soft. So Verstappen, Russell, Hamilton, Antonelli, Isaac, and Bortolo are starting on used soft with 3 laps on them. Alonso 2 laps as well as Gasly, and then we've got Leclerc only 1 lap on that soft, so it's just a scrub soft.
Yeah.
We do know that Aston Martin has scrub mediums and mediums and hards at their availability. That's actually what they did. Literally, what they did for the first thing they did in FP3 was to scrub a set of mediums and a set of hards. Do you? So my understanding is that the philosophy behind that is they want to get basically the shine, the newness off those tires as fast as possible,
Yes.
and
Yes.
that brings them into operating range faster than they would normally be. Is how I live in a world where that's not necessarily false, but not necessarily true. It's more for me. It's in the myth bust. Something that I would like to see mythbusters take apart and explain. Yeah, I don't fully understand why that. And they're like Asmar is the one that's the most obvious in that regards. Doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I think I have a decent understanding of it, so I can go through it after lights out if you would like.
Yeah, we've just got
As we are,
the cars lined up.
Yeah.
And they're waving
Building
the
up to
green
lights
flag.
out now.
5 lights, and we are racing. Wow, that was a quick 5 lights.
Yeah.
And Oscar's going to get up ahead. Max has gone next to Lando. And they're 3 wide right now with Max.
Oh.
Max is going to get ahead of Lando.
Yeah.
Oh, who's gone super wide? There's Antonelli who went wide.
Yeah, I believe so. I think he has contact with Leclerc, possibly.
So we've got Oscar, Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton. Isaac is getting ahead of Gasly. Leclerc's getting ahead of Russell.
Yeah.
So Ferrari right now running 4th and 5th. But Hamilton's 2.3 seconds back behind. That's the gap. Hamilton's a half second behind Norris.
The Mercedes just didn't seem to fire up the tyres on the launch. Russell went nowhere out of
Yeah.
turn one.
Yeah, Russell's lost 2 places. Kirk is up 2 places. Hamlin's up a place. Verstappen's up a place. Both Russell and Ollie has lost a place. Russell 2 places. Albon's down 3 places, and Hulkenberg's up 4 places. Bayman's down a place. Hulkenberg's just passed Alonso. So Alonso out of the points right now. Hulkenberg in the points. Hulkenberg, I have to go. I hope they do a replay of the start with Hulkenberg, and they're
Yeah,
fighting at the moment. Alonso just took that place back.
he had a
We are
mega
on to lap
launch.
2. We're on lap 2. We have DRS enabled.
We do indeed. I've just seen the replay of Alonso going around the outside of Hulkenberg, and that was a fabulous move. Set him up really well, doing what he did all those years ago.
Max is a tenth faster than Oscar in both Sector 1 and Sector 2, so it's like 2/10 faster already.
Yeah, Max is definitely pushing these McLarens still. It's going to be close, that's for sure.
Fastest first and third sector for Max in that lap. What's the difference? Yeah, about a tenth and a half faster than Oscar on that last lap. So we got a world where we
Yeah,
got Oscar and Max in their world. Norris is back almost 2 seconds. Hamilton is back a second, and then Leclerc back another second. So the thing is starting to spread up, though. Russell is still within range of Leclerc right now, so there's a little world there. And then Anthony and Gasly are back a couple of seconds, and then Isaac is behind Gasly, leading basically a DS train all the way back.
yeah. It looks like at the moment though, it's the two McLarens actually under pressure instead of the other way around. Which
It
I have
does.
to say I did not expect
Um,
that.
yeah, I mean Norris has already been passed by Max, and now he's charging on Oscar. Really more the Leclerc is more at risk by Russell, though Russell could be dropping out of DRS range in the next few seconds.
Yeah.
People that haven't watched Stroll, Stroll was pulled from the race. Basically, he injured himself last year before preseason testing, cycling. He was out till he was out for preseason testing, then returned. It looks like that injury has been re-triggered in the past 6 weeks. And he was taken to medical yesterday after quali. He did not weigh in. Team got a warning for that because it was a warning by the team. It was an infraction.
Yeah.
And the real only reason it was a warning is because basically when the session took place with the stewards, basically McLaren walked in with notes saying an apology from Lance and for what had happened, and a doctor's note telling his situation.
Yeah. It seemed relatively okay. Just to let them off with a warning. What are you meant to do about an injury? But yeah. I feel sort of just spreading a little bit now. Still large fights from 8th place down, but at the front, about a second between most of the cars. Oscar's starting to pull away from Max now, though.
Yeah, it's a now 2 second gap, 2.1 gap from Oscar to Max. Norris is 1.5, 1.6 behind Max. Hamilton is a full second. Leclerc is a full second. Russell's 1.5. Antonelli's 2.1. Gasly's 1.3. But he's basically the leader of the DS train all the way back to the 19th.
Yes. I mean, we saw this again, not quite the same way, but at Monaco last race. The top 5, 6, 7 just sprinting off, whilst there's one car holding up the rest of the field.
Yeah, but we saw that because teammates were setting things up to cause that backup. I mean, if Antonelli was leading the DRS train, we could say that again, but he's not. He's pulled away from Gasly. So Gasly is basically holding up everyone behind, basically that from again 8 all the way down. So that's starting to break up. Alonso's fallen off out of DRS range, back in DRS range, but Albon is 1.1, 1.2 out of that range now. Yeah, Alonso's jumping in and out of DRS range right now, so cars are starting to spread apart. Clerk getting within DRS range of his teammate.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping Hamilton honest. I mean, I believe Charles is on the fresh set of soft
Yeah.
tires, so we'll see how that works.
New gaming app. Why is everyone on softs? Lack of diversity of strategies. Basically, is what I'm looking at the moment. A lot of people were on USofts too, which is very weird. So, turn 1 incident, Hulkenberg leaving the track and gaining an advantage has been noted by the stewards, which would explain why he got so many freaking positions on that first lap. Right now, Hulkenberg is up 5 positions, though he is in the DRS range of Gasly, Isaac, and Alonso at the moment. Barlow has fallen back 1.2 seconds, though he has lost it behind him within a second. Albon is 1.5 back, but he's got Behrman within a half a second of him.
Yeah.
And then it's a DRS range to the end.
I've just seen on that front end of the Williams, it looks like there's a little bit of damage to that end plate on the front wing. So I wonder if there was contact for him somewhere on that opening lap.
And Albon is coming into the pits.
Yeah, he's been told to box. And Charles looks like he might have even Hamilton here. No. Wasn't close enough.
Yeah, Albon started with a tire that was two laps used already.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're changing the front wing. That was 11.4 stop, but then again, that was a front wing change. He's gone to a new set of softs. So there will be another point. He will have to come in again for another pit stop for a different compound.
Yes. It looks like it may well be a 2-stop today, considering we're seeing guys starting on the soft. That's an interesting no further investigation on Hulkenberg actually as well. I half expected there to be a penalty for that.
Oh, no more. Yeah, they're not doing any more with that. That's interesting.
Hmm. We've got to see if Ferrari are going to employ team orders again this weekend. As Charles definitely looks a lot quicker than Hamilton now.
Yeah, not necessarily. Leclerc was a 10th off of Hamilton's last lap, but he's got fresher tires. I don't know if they're sitting Leclerc behind Hamilton for the tow at the moment.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I mean they're running as a team at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Mercedes hasn't either backed up Russell a little bit to help pull up Antonelli.
Yeah, maybe working as a team there, but we shall see, I guess.
I see Lando fumble has started again. He needs more training at the beginning. Thank you for Nikki for that comment. Yeah, no, he definitely. Yeah, Max got a better start on Lando, and he was able to pull aside of him and get ahead of him. At one point, Russell was 3 wide with Russell. Bierman coming into the pits.
That is quite an early stop, but yeah.
He was let's see, yeah, he was only 8 laps. Now Behrman's going to a medium tire. That's interesting.
I wonder what
Sonoda
they put on
pitting.
Tsunoda as well.
But Sonoda's coming in on only for 8 laps on that medium. He's going to a soft tire.
That
This
is
very,
really early.
yeah, it's really, really, really early. Well, I don't know what Red Bull's doing with Sonoda at the moment.
I am not sure either, to be honest.
Oscar has now pulled away 3.5 seconds from Max Verstappen. Norris
Yeah,
is within DRS. Norris is pulled within range of Max and DRS range. Leclerc and Hamilton are together at the moment. Russell is a second half back, and then Antonelli's 2.1 back. Gasly's 3 seconds back. Isaac is just out of DRS range. Hulkenberg is pitting. He does 8 laps on the soft.
and Leclerc and Hamilton finally swapping positions this lap, they say. So
Leclerc now leading Hamilton.
yeah,
Hamilton
getting
had
through at turn one.
and Hamilton had two extra laps on those tires.
We've got to see
Hulkenberg's
now
stock
if Charles really has the pace.
Hulkenberg's stock was 2.7, which is not that bad.
Yeah,
Science.
solid stop. I remember last year, the start of the season, when Sauber were really struggling with the pit stops. It's nice to see they fixed that.
What did you see what happened with Science? Something went. Did they replace something? Because he's a
Oh,
10.8 stop.
yeah, there was a problem on the front left for Sainz. Just seen it now. It looked like they were trying to pull
Oh,
something off or something.
yeah,
Not
that's a
entirely
disastrous
sure.
stop. Yeah, that a disastrous stop for Science. Any chance he had for this race just went out the window.
Yeah, he's driven really well this season, I think, but has been so unlucky with some things. He should have more points than he does, but it's unfortunate. It's racing; it happens.
Gasly coming to the pits.
Yep.
Yeah, right now Williams is 18, 19th on the grid on the grid right now. So, not they kind of knew this wasn't going to be their weekend.
Yeah, and this pit stop problem has just compounded their issue.
Gasly did a 2.4 stop.
That's solid.
Yeah, we are definitely going to see at least 2 stops, maybe 3
Yes.
stops. The
I
track
I'm predicting a two stop. Yeah.
track
But
temperature is
possibly.
hot today, so that's gonna wear the tires down faster, so the degradation is gonna be higher because of the heat.
Yeah. Verstappen complaining of no grip again. It does seem to be showing now. He's definitely struggling a bit compared to those two McLarens.
Lando is 0.3 behind Max right now.
Yeah, really harrying him.
What do you mean bring this on? He's already pitted, Cave. Yeah, Oscar right now is 4.3 seconds ahead of Max, while Max and Norris are fighting. That's going to help Oscar because Norris is going to keep Max occupied.
Yeah. This is what we saw in Miami as well, actually, as well. One McLaren ahead of the Red Bull, one behind it. And we saw what happened there. Lando just struggled to get past him. But here it is a bit easier to overtake, I believe. So see if we can make the move quickly.
Here comes the move. It's a clean move too.
Yeah. Clinical. Nothing
So
Max can
Lando
do
is
to defend it.
now P2 ahead of Max, and he's starting to charge away.
Yeah.
He's already half a second ahead of Max.
We'll see if Max can hold on at all.
0.6 faster ahead of Max now. 7.5.
I mean, we heard Oscar complaining about the tire already as well, so we'll see if Lando can push up to him.
And already Norris is over a second away from Max, so he's pulling away.
Yeah.
Which is, he does have a 3-lap advantage on him. He started on a fresh set of soft. Max started on a set of softs that were used.
Yes, he will have a bit of an advantage in this first stint.
And Max is pitting.
Yes, those tires were done by the looks of it. So no surprises there.
Max is a 2.5.
Alonso had a big moment at gravel. Down at, I believe that's turn 6. Or turn 5.
Gravel. So the gap is 27 seconds between Oscar and Norris. He was, again, Norris is 4.1 behind. So that's 22 seconds, 26 seconds. So Max is actually starting to pick up the pace with new tires. So at some point, that's the number right now to look at, is the Max's gap, which is now 2.4, which is already half a second faster.
He is going for it. As he should.
He's got, there's room between him and Isaac for him to hit the pace.
Yeah, he found a really good window to box into. So nice clean to try and get back ahead of Norris.
And Max will use Isaac because Isaac will get out of the way for him.
Yes. He'll have helmet mark on the phone if he doesn't.
He'll be told to let Max go around him. Plus, tire difference. They're not gonna he's not gonna fight him.
Yeah. And we know the undercut's powerful here as well. So this will probably put Verstappen back ahead of Norris.
Max has already picked up another second.
Yeah, he's flying.
That's the fastest first sector. 23.5. Oscar was doing at 23.8. Norris almost at 23.9.
That's quite a big difference in the first sector alone.
Yeah, it's 3/10.
Did Colapinto just come in for a second stop?
What was that?
Did Colapinto just come in for a second stop, or was that his first?
No, it was his first. Did 14 on a new set of softs. And Max has just passed Isaac.
Yeah. We expected that.
He's now 3.8 behind Antonelli, and he just took the fastest lap of the race so far.
Yeah. He might actually put Oscar under pressure here.
Isaac did not give him room. Max went on the inside of Isaac and just went for it, not without any concern.
Yeah. I mean, Isaac knows he doesn't need to fight it, so just sort of he left a little bit of room on the outside
It,
for him. It was
he
fine.
left room, but it was not obvious that Isaac was going out of his way. Lonzo has a 3.1 stop, which is it could be better. Not
Yeah,
disastrous.
a little bit slow there on the rear right, I believe it was.
And he comes out at the back. Oof,
That's a rough one.
that's rough.
Yeah, and the two Spanish drivers, what was it, 17th and 19th now? Not a great day for him so far. But everything can turn around very quickly in this sport, as we know. So
Hamilton
we'll see.
coming into the pits.
Yep. Boxes, they're cool.
A 2.2 stop for Hamilton. That's really good.
Yeah. Ferrari have been on
That
form with the pit stops this year.
he's coming out behind Lawson right now. P9.
Yeah.
Borla might pass him.
I don't think so.
No, yeah, it was close. It was close, but Borla's got like 3-4 car lengths to Hamilton.
Yeah.
They're telling Leclerc full push now.
I assume we're
That's what I'm
boxing this
doing.
up then.
That's what I'm doing already. But yeah, no, right now they're telling Leclerc to do a full push because to use whatever's left in his tires because they're going to pit him in a lap or two.
Yeah. I think we have
He's
something
done.
else to add to the words of wisdom.
He's done. Oh, words of wisdom.
We love the words of wisdom, really.
Leclerc is now coming in for a pit.
Yes, yeah, he is. And oh my goodness, did you see Verstappen's move on Antonelli?
No, I just missed it.
That was outrageous. That was outrageously good. Ran the outside of one of the slow corners. I forgot what number it is.
All right, here we go. I've rolled back just to take a look. Yeah, on the outside. Clean. Yeah, a very clean pass for Max.
Clean and clinical.
And this is a big deal because Max is passing people who have not pitted already.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why Isaac and Antonelli and Russell. I don't know. I'm not sure why they haven't pulled them in. I mean, they've been on. They're on use softs.
I mean, if I had to guess, I assume they're trying to extend for a one-stopper.
We'll have to see if they'd have to go for another at least
10 laps,
5
probably.
laps. 5 laps, maybe. We're only on lap 19.
Maybe.
Yeah, Lawson
Yeah.
coming in right now.
I think it's potentially possible to make it to the end from here. On the hard tire, probably. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
the medium. Yeah, Verstappen is rapid right now, though. We'll see if the tire will come back to the McLarens at the end. But it looks
He's
like he
doing
might just undercut both.
So Max is doing a 119.78, and Norris did a 120.9, and Oscar did a 120.8. So he's more than a second faster than both of them.
Yes. And he's only, what, 22 odd seconds behind? Not even that.
Yes, 21 seconds behind. That's a big.
Yeah.
That's a big. He's gained 7 seconds already on
Yes.
the McLarens.
And the average pit loss here is
Right.
like 20, 21 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, so already, and Isaac's coming into the pits. So already Norris if he pits right now, he's gonna come out behind Max,
Yes,
and Verstappen
with
is
Piastri, it's close.
15 seconds. What just happened? Went from 21 to. I'm looking at the interval, not the gaps. My apologies. Gap is so it's 15.7 behind Norris and 20.5 behind Oscar.
Yes. So it'll be very, very close with Oscar at the box now.
Oh, why? Are they looking for a tire advantage when they come out?
I'm guessing so, but I don't think
Yeah.
they're really going to have one. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. They've got their master strategies, so they know what they're doing. We'll see if they're right.
Yes, someone in chat just said, "What happened to Hamilton?" He's pitted. Russell and Antonelli have not pitted yet. They should drop behind the Ferraris when they pit. So that just keep that in mind when you're looking at the board. It's not. We've got Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton, and Antonelli's passing Russell. Oh, Russell's pitting. That's why. So here comes Russell pitting. So that's going to promote Leclerc and Hamilton up.
Yes.
Russell's
I
coming
think
out of the pit.
mm,
He's going to come out behind Hamilton. So Antonelli will come in behind about approximately somewhere around Russell when he pits. So Leclerc and
yeah,
Hamilton are one place higher actually. Then the other interesting scenario is that and Ocon is pitting at the moment. Norris is being told to box. So Norris is going to come out behind Max when he finally pits. So what is starting with Stroll? Stroll basically basically after quali yesterday. Stroll went directly to medical. He didn't, which was an issue because he didn't get himself weighed. And Norris's pit a 3-second stop, which is
that's a bit slow.
a bit slow. That's 5/10 loss to Max.
Yeah.
Or is JP? Is it back to mandatory one pit? Danish, it's not that you are required to do one pit. I mean, it's one pit stop required because you have to use two different compounds.
Yeah.
Antonelli does a 2.5, so he doesn't lose any time on Max on that. He's going to get pit out. He's going to be behind. Gasly's going to get ahead of him. Hulkenberg might pass him as well. Hulkenberg is behind Antonelli. We'll see.
I think he should be okay.
Should be okay. It's 2-3 car lengths at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Antonelli's pulling away, so that looks okay. But Gasly does get ahead of Antonelli on after the pit. Max did pit already, so we're looking at advantage right now. Here comes Oscar into the pits, and it's a 2.2 stop for him. And it's going to be a race. Max is going to get ahead of Oscar. He has got ahead
Yes,
of
he will.
Oscar. Yeah, he hasn't even got on pit
Comfortably
lane
as well.
yet. Yeah,
Comfortably.
6 seconds.
There's quite a big gap actually.
Now, oh, all right. So we know Mac's going to pit again because he's got to go to another compound. Oscar and Norris have gone to mediums. That's interesting.
I think McLaren are trying to do a one-stop here. I really do.
We'll
Like if the
see
medium
on
can
that.
go to the
Yeah,
end,
if the medium can go to the ends, definitely.
and I guess we see Max on the medium for his
Max will
second
have
stint.
to pit. So again, with what's going on right now, Oscar and Norris could go to the end on a medium tire. So can Leclerc and Hamilton and Russell. Gasly has gone two soft tires. Max has gone two soft tires. They both of them have to pit again for another compound.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Albon has to pit again. Sainz will have to pit again for another compound. So we know they're going to on a medium. Russell are now setting the fastest lap. He just pitted for a medium tire. So that's something to keep an eye. The McLaren's probably in a lap or two will probably take that from them as they're going to go on a charge on Max. They have again Max pitted 10 laps ago for a new soft tire, and we've got Oscar Norris on medium tires right now. So they're going to get a tire advantage just for the fact that they're newer tires.
Yeah, they will be quicker probably for the next stint than Max. And then we'll see if Max can gain back on the new tyres. It looks like it's going to be.
So right now the gap is 5.8. Norris is 10.3. So those are the numbers to keep an eye on in terms of this race.
Yeah.
Leclerc is
Verstappen is
50.
still very quick.
Yeah, he's doing his last lap was a 20.1. Leclerc and Hamilton were faster than him though. So was Norris. Oscar just pitted, so his lap we'll get a better idea where his lap time is next lap.
Yeah.
Norris has improved. He was just under 10. Norris and Oscar not. The gap is holding within about a tenth of where. Yeah, they've been about a tenth for about half the last 30 seconds.
Yes. Hadjar complaining, Lawson complaining that Albon needs to give the position back. I think he cut turn one or something. But showing no signs of doing that so far.
A couple people were asking about where I'm watching on F1 TV, guys. I it's valued to me to pay for F1 TV because I like the quality that I get from F1 as opposed from uh something I just saw debris flying on track. That was I think what are we looking at?
Oh,
That's from
that was Albon's front wing.
lost. Oh, it was Albon's front ring. What heck?
Front left end plate is gone.
Oh,
There was contact between Lawson and Albon in
okay.
turn two.
Here is the look from Lawson. Goes on the side. It's an investigation. Pushes Albon wide.
I think this will be just a racing incident. Yeah. Lawson's there. Yeah, I think this will probably be a racing incident. But the
Yeah,
contact,
so
I'm not sure.
Lawson passes Albon, and his left
So
tire basically shreds the wing. That's the second. I think that is the second
Williams front
wing.
wing.
Yeah, it's the second. That's the second wing for Williams.
Yeah, Sainz was
Uh,
the one earlier. He's actually quite lucky that piece came off immediately. Otherwise, the FIA would be right on him, giving the black and orange flag. And also, I've just noticed Tsunoda went to a new set of soft tyres for his second stop.
yeah, he did 8 on medium,
Ah,
16 on soft. I don't know what they're doing with Sonoda.
I have no idea. Because there's no way can a soft do 38, that's 40 laps.
No.
That's a very strange strategy.
He's 5 seconds behind Colapino right now.
And I think Albon might have picked up a puncture or something because he just dropped a lot of pace. Oh no, he's boxing to retire.
Isaac passing. He's fighting with the Alpine. Goes to go on the inside. He's going on the outside now. Not really given a lot of room.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but he does pass him. That moves. Yeah. So Isaac is ahead of Gasly for P8.
It was a good move there. Good hard racing.
So important numbers to look at right now. Max is leading, but the gap behind Max has dropped under 4 seconds, 3.9, 3.8 seconds for Oscar. Norris has moved 8.6. So those numbers have improved. They're giving Albon going off track and getting an advantage penalty.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
10
So
seconds
what
penalty.
will likely happen is they will bring if they retire the car, they'll bring the car in first, do the penalty, then send them out as a moving chicane before retiring the car.
Yes. Yeah. That's usually what happens when this sort of thing occurs.
He's complaining about Max is complaining about it's hard to brake and turn. He's complaining about the car. He is losing time to Oscar right now. Oscar now down to 3.4. Norris to 8 seconds right now. Again, Max is on 15 laps on a soft tire. He's going to have to pit again. That right now, if he pits, he's going to pit. He's going to come out around Hamilton. Here comes Albon into the pits.
Yeah, it will come out just behind Lewis, I believe. And all 4 cars behind him are quicker now. So, and Russell's actually coming at Hamilton, only a second and a half back.
They're not serving the penalty. Albon came in and they basically are pulling him into the garage. He's not serving the serving the penalty. That's going to translate into a showing another replay of Isaac getting a past.
I'm hearing he might have served it the lap before.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently he served it the lap before. I think just the notification on our screen is a bit late.
Max, no further action on causing collision. Max is coming to the pits.
Yep, he's in the box. Losing too much time. I locked up both frontal entry.
2.3 seconds. Sorry, that was a 2.3 second stop for Max. And he's coming out.
On the medium tire.
Here comes Max is going to be ahead of Hamilton. But Hamilton has his tires in.
You can imagine Hamilton will be right on him.
Hamilton's falling back over a second. Yeah, Max is pulled away.
Yeah, Max is gone.
That's unfortunate for Hamilton. He should have been more on the ball.
That's really
no further
important
action
for Max as well, though.
It just told Lando that Max had to pit. He's on a 3-stop, and it looks like they're trying to go on a 2-stop.
Yeah. So that looks like they know that this tire will not get to the end. So that is actually quite interesting.
Max is starting to charge on that medium tire. So we got some interesting strategies going on here.
Yeah. a mixed-up strategy on the grid.
He set the fastest second and third sector on his outlap.
He is, but when he's able to push flat out, he
Yeah,
is unbelievably quick.
and he's fat, and he's just did the fastest first sector. Not
Yeah,
on the same lap. Yeah, I mean, this is yeah, Max is something. Yeah, you just when you watch the only other driver who drives like this and is crazy like this is Alex Palou. When you watch him take
yes,
control of the race, takes control of the race. I mean, that's what happened
like
last
he's
week in
gone.
Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
when Palou
Ericsson
goes,
could
he
do nothing.
goes. Uh,
Yeah,
I've seen him. I've seen him pass. I've seen him. Graham Rail will be in the lead of a race for most of it, and then Palou gets on his last stint and just goes on a tear, and it's over.
yeah,
He
and
passed
you can't pass them.
Ericsson. Yeah, he passed Ericsson last week, and
Yeah,
that was it. Off to the end. And unlike and the thing about Palou, which is crazy, is that they're in a spec series.
yeah.
There's not a car advantage like Max or McLaren have over other racers.
It's
They're
like
all doing
they
it
are
in
racing equally,
yeah.
basically. And Palou is a fantastic driver. I really hope he gets an opportunity in F1 at some point to prove to the rest of the world outside of the
Don't
US that he
I
is
doubt that
sensational.
I doubt that I think that ship may have sailed, and it's mostly McLaren's fault for that.
Yes, I do agree with you on that. I just hope he gets the opportunity.
Just if you guys remember how Oscar got to McLaren, um, about a week and a half, about a month and a half before that, Palou was basically said the same thing over social media, pretty much word to word for what Oscar did. The thing is
Yeah,
Oscar actually had a legitimate contract with McLaren. Um,
Palou was a bit,
Palou did not. He
yeah,
was still actually under contract with Chip Ganassi Racing.
yeah, and then that started the legal disputes, basically.
Yeah.
Gap down to less than 15 seconds to the
And
lead
he's
now for
still
Max.
and, and Palou still with Chip Ganassi Racing.
Yeah, winning championships and races like he always does.
Weird message.
Verstappen's still complaining of car issues, despite being unbelievably quick.
So Mac says he's got an issue with with the shifting, and
Yeah,
they give a year 1973, and Max says
I,
like now 1974.
yeah.
What are they talking about? There is some there,
It,
like there is some something, either they are passing some sort of information here, or
no,
they've just been given the code of this is a load of bullshit.
it's
Excuse
GP
my
from
excuse my
last
language,
race.
everyone. You guys can clip that on me and shove it in my face later on. But yeah,
No,
there's some
it's from
code.
last race. Just a carried over joke, I think,
Uh,
when Max was complaining about his car in Monaco, saying it felt like 1973 or whatever.
oh, okay.
So I think that's why GP is sort of poking a bit of fun at him for complaining about it again. It really is like father with a misbehaving son sometimes with these two. It's quite funny to listen to
Portlow,
sometimes.
Portlow is on. It's just passing signs right now for 13th.
Yeah.
We are on lap
Both
35 of 66. We've got 32 laps to go. Again, this is the Race 66 channel. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on TikTok. How could I? I just did. I'll go wash my mouth with soap later, Nathan, before I watch IndyCar. Right now we have Oscar leading, Norris second, Leclerc is third, Verstappen is fourth, Hamilton is fifth, Russell is sixth, Antonelli seventh, Isaac is eighth, Hulkenberg is eighth, and Bierman is 10th. Though Lawson is in DRS range of Bierman. We did not. Lance Stroll did not start due to an injury that retreated his injury that he heard cycling before preseason last year. Albin has took damage. His front wing got shattered
yeah.
and a puncture and all that good stuff. His teammate is 14th, but he has had a wing change as well. Alpine right now, 8, 17, and 18th at the moment. Lawson just passed Bierman for 10th. So racing bulls are in the points.
With
Yuki
both cars
Tsunoda
again.
Yeah, both cars are in the points. Yuki Tsunoda is 15th.
Yep. Kind of unfortunate for Tsunoda. I have no idea what the Red Bull strategy team is doing for him, but we'll see how it works.
Guys, did the Ferrari boys pit? Yes, they did. They have pitted. Max has done his third pit and is on a medium tire. McLaren has only pitted once. So if they can make these tires last another 31 laps, which I doubt they will, they'll be able to make it through to the end of the race. Though I doubt that's going to be the case. I
I think
expect them to
everyone's
pit
got one
again.
more stop.
Yeah, including Max too.
Yes.
I know he's charging through the field right now. He's 9 seconds
Yeah.
back off of Oscar.
You've got to think he'll be in with a chance for the win here, actually, because he's got so much more pace right now.
Alonso passing Bierman on. No, Bierman's pitting. That's what's going on. Bierman went 27
He is
laps
in the
on
box.
a medium tire. He pitted early on 8 on softs.
Yeah, that seems to have worked out for him as well.
Yuki is on SD Bestie's back end at the moment. He's the only one in DRS range on anyone. He's done 11 laps on soft, and Akon's 15 laps on a medium currently, so he's got a tire advantage. He should be passing him, but he's not. Their last laps were about equal.
Yeah, it is looking a little bit easier to pass this year, though. So I'm a little bit surprised about Tsunoda struggling a bit with that. We've certainly seen a lot more moves into turn 1 this year than we have in the past.
Mark's asking why Max pitted 3 times already. Does he need another pit stop? Yeah, he will need another pit stop because his tires are going to go out in another like 15 to 20 laps. He's not going to make it on that. He's not going to make it on that medium tire. And he started on a used soft. That's probably why he started on a used soft because he went to another soft and then he went to the medium.
I've just noticed Oscar's dropped a bit of pace here. Gap's down to 3 seconds out front now.
Oh, the straight trolled Mario. Does it make it legal? Well, you guys talk. Did I miss something in chat about Mario Kart? How many stops goes straight? So it's so basically the normal rules for F1 is that you have to pit once, because you have to have 2 different compounds. So right now, I think Sonoda started on a medium. So so basically you have to pit at least once to put on a second a different compound. Monaco they've required is for this year they required to put on 2 pit stops to try and bring in some strategy. Didn't work. Can you pit 4 times? Yes, you can pit 5 times or 6 times. We see if it rains, you can also put on the intermediates and wets. And I know Lando has a race from 2 years ago where he pitted like 5 times and has all the compounds. There's I've done the Infinity Gauntlet with the rings, with the rings replaced with the gems replaced with tires for Lando. So yeah, it's possible.
The new version of the Infinity Gauntlet.
With the Pirelli Gauntlet.
Yeah. We should make it a thing.
And Tsunoda just passed Ocon on track. So he's
Yeah,
in
nice
13th
easy
right
move.
now. Yeah, and that's what Tsunoda is basically saying. He's looking to try to get into the points. He could, with a couple more, he's in 13th right now, so he's got 3 more people to pass.
Yeah, he's doing a solid job now, despite the kind of weird strategy. I mean, he's got to gain about what 9 seconds or so. Then he'll get into the points again. So we'll see if we can do it. Probably expecting to see most people in around lap 45, 46, somewhere around there. About 20 laps to go. So they can use the tyre fully. But maybe Max will box a little bit later and push harder. We'll see. Max certainly is starting to close the gap now to Norris up front. Oh, sorry, in second place. Whilst Piastri is responding to Norris upping his pace. Looks like the two Ferraris have dropped a little bit pace now, but 10 and 20 seconds behind respectively. Relatively close to the midfield with Lawson a large way behind Hulkenberg. Looking pretty set in the points actually for Sauber, so that's a really good result for them. Bortoleto also doing a really solid job there, up in 12th place, just behind Fernando Alonso, the hometown hero. Hopefully, it would be brilliant if we had something that let Alonso into the points this race. He really does deserve something now. Been so unlucky in the last few races with the mechanical failure in Monaco and the tyre issues in Imola. It'd be brilliant to see him have success at his home. Verstappen being told that McLaren are pushing on now. So maybe he will have to up his pace as well, with a gap at right around 7 seconds, as Leclerc's boxing. See if Ferrari can pull out another good stop for him. Pitting from 15 seconds off the lead, roughly. First of the leading runners to come in again for their second stop. Well, last stop, effectively. It's a good stop, 2.3 seconds. Colapinto was in as well, I saw in the background. Solid stop for him as well.
Is looking at right now. Antonelli in no man's land at the moment. No, not really. I mean, he's going to have to stop again. He's 19 laps on that medium tire. Did 24 on that soft. So he's coming into a pit range soon. 5-6 laps and maybe. Oscar is coming around and has to deal with traffic.
Yeah, Lando and Max both are closing on Oscar now.
Yeah.
Also did do a lap to respond, but he hasn't really been able to maintain it.
He's got Tsunoda in front of him at the moment.
Oh, That'll get feisty considering Max is right behind them. Tsunoda's not going to want to let them past easily. But obviously, he'll have to with the blue flags.
Yeah, it's going to have to. You just let him pass. Russell's now pitting. 2.3 stop for Russell.
Good stop there. I see. I'm guessing he'll file out behind. Oh, would he be behind Hadjar? No, I don't think so. I just noticed they put soft. They put softs on Russell.
Why? That's a good question. Why? That's a good question.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I didn't see that correctly to start with.
We've got
bold.
24 laps to go. They might go for it. I don't know. He's charging.
They're gonna try it down at Mercedes.
Yeah.
Nothing to lose, I guess, really. I mean, even if the tires fall off, they're gonna still be in the same position. So, yeah, fair enough, honestly. And yeah, look at how close it is between the two McLarens now. Less than 3 seconds.
So we're let me see. We're about 2/3 through this race right now. We're on lap 43 of 66. 24 laps that go in this race. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics channel. This is Grash. Ollie's with me today for the race. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Good number over on YouTube. Wow. Huge number in Twitch right now. That's really good. That's a growing number on Twitch. Thank you, guys.
Always nice to see a growing number of people tuning in.
Yeah, Alonso pitting right now. They didn't give a stop time for Alonso. The 2.8 stop for Alonso.
Yeah. And Verstappen's pace has started to slow now, importantly.
So Hackerman saying wasn't having contact with everyone. The response was Varel says he is that one touchy friend that every friend group has. Yeah, no, every friend group that hates at this moment. So not only he's dealt with Albin, he is pissed off.
With
He's
everyone.
pissed off. He's pissed off. Also, Hamilton's group. I think he's had an issue with Colapino in the past. Oh, who else is? I think he's pissed off Alonso. Yeah. So all the major big groups. He's managed to like be the bad guy to them. He's currently 10th on the grid, by the way, in the points. So.
But the key thing is, yeah.
He's the next driver to beat lap, but he's several seconds ahead right now.
Yeah.
So Oscar's in clear air right now. Norris has to pass Borletto. Verstappen just had to pass his teammate. That's
Yeah, they've not got too much traffic ahead. Because there's relatively a large space in between Lawson, Hulkenberg, Hadjar.
Mercedes team orders Russell to pass Antonelli.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because Russell's on the soft tires and let him charge ahead. Antonelli has yet to pit. He's 23 laps on a medium tire. Hulkenberg has gone 34 laps on a medium tire, just as a note right now. He's currently P9.
That's quite interesting.
That's interesting. There's no one around him, too. He's doing 122s. He's doing 122s. Lawson is pitting right now. That will drop him back.
I wonder when we're going to see those two McLarens, and
Notice pitting.
I do wonder.
Sonoda's making.
Yes,
He did 20 laps on that soft tire.
that's good data for Russell, actually, showing that it's possible.
That is good data for Russell. That maybe they're putting him on a new soft tire.
Yeah.
So
what? Medium, soft.
you pretty much. So we'll see Sonoda charge out of the pits because he's got to do that. That puts Barcelona into the points, though. He's going to have to pit soon. 25 laps on a medium. He's only done one pit stop so far. He did 22 on a soft, used soft, and then 25 on this medium.
Yeah.
Hulkenberg is pitted. So here comes in Hulkenberg. He did 25 laps on that medium tire.
I've just noticed as well, Piastri
Sorry,
has upped his pace again.
my apology. Hulkenberg did 36 laps on a medium tire. He's going
Oh,
to a
wow.
soft tire.
Yeah, Piastri upped the pace again over the last couple of laps. So less danger there for
Also
him.
doing his best lap, that last lap, 19.235, that which is 8 tenths faster than Norris and 9 tenths faster than Verstappen. Here comes Hamilton in for his next
Yep.
pit. He did 30 laps on a medium and 19 on a used soft. Give Hamilton stop time.
Oh, it was slow.
Yeah.
4.9.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
Front right. They had to go at it again.
Isaac is right behind Hamilton. Bartolo's told to swap positions with that's already happened.
Yes.
But Bartolo was told to swap positions with Hulkenberg, which makes sense because he just came out on new soft tires.
Yeah. No
Ocon
need to hold it to
on
it.
a medium tire is the fastest first sector.
Ocon. That's a name I didn't expect to hear for the fastest first sector.
Verstappen pitting
It looks
again.
like, yeah, Verstappen's in.
Max did
And
18
McLaren's
laps
still
on a
standing
medium
behind.
tire. And he's going
I
to a
guess
new
this is for the
soft.
soft. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. That's a good stop as well. 2.4 seconds.
So Tsunoda has the fastest lap. It just passed Ocon on track.
Yeah. Verstappen would have had a pretty good view of that in his mirrors, actually. As he came out right behind his teammate.
So the gap right now is 31 seconds. 31.4. That's the number right now that we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah. 31 seconds, roughly.
No, I would pit McLaren. I would pit soon to go on to a soft tire
Yeah,
because they
they're
know
going.
that. Yeah, here comes Norris and in. Okay, so they're reacting.
Immediately, yeah.
So Norris has gained 8 tenths on Oscar.
Yeah.
Norris right now is going to come out ahead of Max.
Oh, I'm not sure he slowed it down for the pit entry line. When he came in, he was both front wheels locked up as he was trying to get it in.
So they've put.
That could be a problem.
I don't see anything that we'll keep an eye on race control. Norris is on 3 laps, used softs.
And they did need to
Yeah.
respond that lap as well.
Yeah.
Verstappen is rapid.
So at least Norris can hold up Max right now. It's Max is 7/10, 3/4 of a second behind Norris right now. So he's in DRS range. And they're now pitting Oscar, which is what they need to do now.
Yeah, whilst they have that blanket with Norris ahead of Verstappen, they need to exploit that.
That was a 2.2 stop for Oscar. That's a very good stop.
Yep, that was good. He'll be
Oscar's
comfortably
gonna
out in
come
the lead
out.
still.
He's going to come out behind Alonso, so there's going to be traffic ahead of him, but they'll be blue flagged.
Yeah, they should get out of the way.
They'll get out of the way, but that leaves the gap to Max is 4.6.
Yes.
And so
Definitely close.
Oscar's 3.6 ahead of Norris. So Norris is now charging on those soft tires. He's fastest first sector.
Yeah.
Max last lap was the fastest. Did a 117.141 last lap. So he was charging.
This will be close for the last 16 laps for sure. As Antonelli also with a decent stop there. Oh no, they struggled with the front right. Bit slow on.
And they're putting Antonelli on a used soft tire, three laps.
Yes.
Hamilton last lap was at 118.5, which is improving. Borla is pitting right now. So right now, what we're looking at with 16 laps to go, 15 laps ago, no, 16 laps ago. My apologies. Oscar's first, Norris second, Verstappen third. That's the little world that we're looking at up front. They're right now going through traffic and relapping people. Leclerc is fourth. He is 15 seconds off the lead that Oscar has. He's 11 seconds behind Max. Russell is another 5 seconds back, 21 seconds total off of the lead. Hamilton is sixth, another 10 seconds off, 30. So he's 31 seconds from Oscar. And then we got Antonelli 23 seconds back. He's 54 seconds back from Oscar, so almost a whole minute. That's crazy as we're seeing these gaps like we saw. Isaac is 7 seconds off at P8. Hulkenberg is P9 and Gasly is P10. Those are we are on the points. Gasly right now still on the lead lap, but Oscar's behind him charging. So it'll be a moment. It will be by the end of next sector, most likely sector 1 in the next lap, that where Oscar passes Gasly and Gasly given the blue flag.
Yeah. That's where we would expect that sort of thing to happen. And Norris has got DRS down the straight there to help him pull up to Piastri because he looks quicker right now.
Max is within DRS range, 0.5 behind Norris right now. He just had to pass a couple people. I think Norris is getting around, I think it's Behrman.
Oh, Norris got really held up there behind the traffic because they were fighting into turn 1. That cost him about a second. I think it was Behrman and Lawson who were fighting. But luckily for Norris, Max got held up as well.
So right now Oscar's leading at the moment, and he's passed Gasly. The next person he will pass will be Hulkenberg, but that's going to be several seconds away. There's a big gap between Oscar to Hulkenberg at the moment. So Gasly right now is the traffic in front of Norris. Verstappen is behind Norris right now.
Yeah, Verstappen was not happy on the team radio after that traffic intervention.
And Lawson just passed Behrman on track for 11th.
Yeah.
Alonso passing Behrman as well. So Behrman just lost 2 places to Lawson and Behrman.
Yeah, lost on Alonso getting through. Alonso really likes that move around the outside of turn 3. Remember all those years ago, back in I think it was 2012 when he did it.
Also got the inside line and kind of pushed Behrman. Kind of didn't leave him any room on the next curve, and that allowed
Yeah,
Alonso to get ahead of him.
very similar thing to what happened with, I believe it was Albon earlier.
And we're on lap 54 of 66. There's 13 laps to go in this race. Again, you're listening to the Race Statistics channel here. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. I know we're on Facebook. I think it's showing either the YouTube or the Twitch feed. And probably somewhere else live that I don't know of. If you haven't had a chance to like and subscribe on YouTube, that's a great way to go. If you hit the bell, you'll get notifications when we go live. Those who are on Twitch, if you hit the follow the channel, you'll get notifications if you've got those turned on for you. Got a lot of we've got people cheering for Max, people not cheering for Max. Interesting to see that we've got more Max. More people are not cheering for Max in chat right now.
To the anti-Max group.
Turn 1 incident. Behrman and Lawson leaving the track and getting an advantage. I
think
thought that
anything will come
Behrman,
of that.
yeah, that was Behrman but Behrman the one who'd left the track.
Yeah, but he sort of got forced there, I think.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any investigation.
Yeah, I think that should be okay.
And right now, we're looking at the top 3 right now. Oscar's leading. Norris is 3.4 seconds back. And Verstappen is 6.2 back now. So they've kind of spread out a little bit. They've also had to deal with some traffic. Norris coming up on Hulkenberg right now. Again, he will have given blue flags for Norris to let Norris to pass. And we have a yellow flag. Antonelli has lost control of his car and gone into the gravel pit. He's out of the car. He's safe. But this is going to bring out a yellow flag and a safety car. So we are a safety car. This would normally be any other situation. This would probably be a red flag. But since it's the race, it's going to just be a safety car. Antonelli is out. He has crashed. Where did he crash? Just after turn 10. And Oscar's pitting under the safety car. Norris, they're doing a double stack. And Verstappen's coming into the pits as well. So McLaren has done a double stack. Norris has a 3.9 stop time. Verstappen's going to do 2.4. But ultimately, the Norris may have lost a little bit of time, but Oscar is going to keep his gap. Norris is going to be 6.3, Verstappen 9.4. So they're going to be more spread out. Clerk coming in the pits, Hamilton coming in the pits, Russell coming in the pits, Alonso, Behrman, Tsunoda all pitted. So everyone's pretty much pitting right now. But it's interesting that McLaren did a double stack and comes out ahead of Max. So they will keep those positions when they come out. This is interesting. Oscar and Norris, yeah. Oscar and Norris are on soft tires. Max is on a hard tire.
Yeah.
Max had done 11 laps, headed on 11 laps on a used soft tire. Norris 10 laps on a used soft tire, 9 laps on a used soft tire for Oscar. Max might be out of Max. It would have been by how things they pitted. They're going through what happened with Kimmy following
Yeah,
the
sorry,
replay.
I didn't see what happened with Kimmy there.
Kimmy loses control of the car, and the engine blew.
Oh yeah,
He keeps the control of the car, but the engine blows.
yeah, that's not his fault.
And not his fault. And he gets out as fast as possible. So
Yeah,
Antonelli stops. So it wasn't a crash. Antonelli stopped the car in gravel after his engine blows.
yeah. More bad luck for Antonelli.
Yeah, but um, it's still his rookie season, and he's doing relatively well, regardless. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
yeah,
done
I
a
mean,
really good job.
yeah, I mean, he's driven very very well. I mean, the only other rookie who's driven, he's the best of the rookies. After that,
Yes,
he's actually been better than and the other the other rookie who's driven extremely well has been Isaac.
I agree. Yeah,
Oh, people are
I
going
think.
crazy. People are going crazy about that Max went onto a hard tire.
Yeah, I really think this is a mistake from Red Bull. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything to defend against Leclerc, let alone challenging the McLarens.
Well, he's on fresh hards, and everyone's on used softs.
But you got to think like
So they're,
those tires are going to take
so,
2, 3 laps to heat up.
but then they're going to be on 8 year old soft tires, and then
Yeah,
Max. The theory here. The only reason this makes sense. Now we're going to put aside that this may be the only tire that Max had left to use. We'll put that aside for
yeah,
a moment because that's likely what happened here. But if
that's probably
the theory here is that in 3 laps, those soft tires are going to start to degrade, and Max on a hard tire can go as hard as possible.
yes. I'm guessing that's the only logical thing that makes sense. But I think
One
it's
of the
more
things.
likely. Yeah.
So one of the things that we are going to have to deal with is that after they clear the track and go green, because the next thing that they need to do is let all the lap cars pass the safety car.
Yes, and that
So
could take a lap
we're
or
on.
two.
Right now we're on lap 9 laps to go.
And the
Track is
track
not
is
clear.
clear now.
Is it?
They have cleared that car.
They've cleared it, but the track itself is not green.
Oh, okay. Maybe they've still got the working vehicle out there.
Yeah, there's.
We'll probably have 5 or 6 laps at the end as a shootout to
Yeah.
see who will take this one.
And Max win with a hard. I don't think he can.
It would be a mega effort from him if he does.
So right now we're waiting for the track to be green. The next thing, so now, okay, so track is clear in sector 12. So that's
Yeah.
where, so the track is green. The next thing we should expect is the command from race control for lap cars to unlap themselves, and there's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars. There we go. There is the lap car. So car 30, 31, 5, 14, 87, 22, 55, 43 can now overtake the safety car. So
Yeah.
so they will do that now, over this next lap, and we should
This will
expect.
probably take.
So it'll take. They should be done by sector one, most likely.
But last time at Imola they did this, they let the cars catch back up. So it might take another lap to do
That's
that.
because they took a while. That's because they took a while. Who crashed? No one
Yeah.
crashed. Actually, Antonelli lost his engine. There was white smoke in the back of his car, so the engine it went. So we know that was what had happened. All right, so the lap cars have overtaken the safety car.
Yes, everyone's gone through now.
He ended up in the gravel after turn 11, turn 10, I should say, between turn 11 and turn 11.
Yeah. We'll see how
So the
quickly
next
his lap
question,
cars catch.
So the question is if they're going to bring the safety car in at the end of this lap, or they're going to go around again.
I think they might go round again.
If, they might. We'll see. We'll see as they turn when they get to turn 11, 10, 11.
Yeah.
That's where I would expect them to at least make that call at the latest.
Yeah.
God, I could sense Saint Anthony of Constellation comforting Antonelli in the next Lollipop F1 Comics episode. Oh my god. You
Oh,
guys are funny. If you haven't seen Lollipop Man F1's videos, he's definitely someone to keep an eye on. Yeah, so safety car has not given the command to come in.
so they will go around again.
They're going to go around
They are
again.
letting the lap
Yep.
cars catch up.
Yeah, so this is going to be 7 laps ago. If the safety car comes in this lap, it will be 6 laps to go in this race when they go green. So we'll
Yes.
see. We'll see. We have not gotten that command yet, though.
6 laps to shoot it out for the win.
What's on your mind when you're in a race like this? I know you've done several races. What's the mentality that you are in
I
with
mean,
the safety
in
car out?
every position, it's different. If you're leading the race, you're thinking, okay, how am I going to launch it? How am I going to do this? How am I going to protect myself from behind? If you're in second, third, fourth, fifth, or looking to go forward in any way, shape, or form, you're thinking, okay, I've got a good position now, I've got a new opportunity. How can I maximize this? How can I make sure my tires are prepared better than everyone else around me? How can I make sure I'm in a best position when we get going compared to everyone else? You're just trying to find every competitive advantage you can.
And the safety car is ending. That was called as they ended sector 1.
Yeah,
They're at
in
the end of
this lap.
sector 2. Yeah, they're in sector 2 right now, into sector 3. Safety car will be in. We will have 6 laps of green running to finish this race.
This will be
That's
intense.
and the McLarens are slowing down significantly to
Oh,
give that gap to the to give a gap to the they've slowed down significantly, and Max has had to react.
Max, he nearly ran to the back of him.
Yeah.
That was too
And
close.
we have gone green flag,
Yeah.
so they're going to get a little bit of that last sector before they go fully green. So we are back to green flag. Hulkenberg up a position. Verstappen, Leclerc and Max. Max should go to wide. Leclerc's going to get a position on him. Leclerc in
Yeah.
the podium position.
Yeah.
Leclerc
Max made a mistake in the
passes.
final corner.
Oh, Max!
And
Wow,
Russell.
we got Leclerc. Ooh, that's rare for Max.
Oh, that was a massive snap of oversteer from Max in the final corner. He did an
He's saying he
amazing job
got
to even keep it.
he's saying he got rammed. He's calling for a penalty, but there's nothing from race control as of yet. Max is fourth, Russell's fifth.
Yeah, I think
We
that's
they've,
from
they've
Russell in turn
so
one.
so they've spread out over a second gap between the interval between top four is over a second now. Russell is pushing
Yeah,
on Max
this
right
is what I
now.
said with Verstappen though. That hard tire.
Norris is in DRS range of Oscar, but that means they're gonna play. They're gonna go for it.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Max is on a hard tire, and that's leaving him out to dry at the moment. Russell's 7/10 back. Hamilton's in DRS range, and Hulkenberg's in DRS range at the moment. Right now, Isaac is eighth. Gasly's ninth, and Loss is 10th. See if there's any other movement at the moment. And here it goes. That was a replay of Leclerc passing.
I don't see what Verstappen was really saying. Was he rammed him?
Oh, he got bumped,
Oh yeah, on the straight.
but Leclerc was ahead of Max already.
Yeah,
Russell came in and pushed Max wide.
I'm not sure. Hmm.
So turn one is involving Max and Russell. So the order is Max is first, means he's the one at potentially at fault. It's under investigation. Whoa.
Yes.
Are they going to give Charles
I
a
don't.
penalty? No, they're not going to. They're not going to give Charles a penalty.
Yeah, no penalty for Charles.
I don't think they're going to look at that. They're looking at Max and Russell at the moment.
Yeah,
Bierman just went to 13th, passing his teammate.
but
We got
Max
four
is still
laps to
close
go.
behind Charles. He can still get packed past. He's
Yeah,
quick
I
enough.
mean, he's 2 times faster. That last lap.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Again, that's why within these last few laps, Max should have an advantage.
yeah. It'd be interesting to see if he can get back through.
Alonso right now on Bortoletto. I can't make the move.
And also, Hulkenberg is up in P7. I just noticed.
Yeah, he is up. That's huge.
That's a
That
mega
that's
job from him.
that's that's uh, that's more on the fact that it's Hulkenberg in the car.
Yeah, yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Max calling for Leclerc to get back the position.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
not going
think
to get.
that's going to happen.
No, Leclerc was ahead of Max.
Yeah, I don't think anything was wrong there.
No, Matt Leclerc was ahead of Max, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Mm. Max is more has Russell to deal with behind him.
oh, yeah, they crashed. They hit each other.
Who?
Verstappen Russell down at turn 5. There was contact. That was audacious. Russell's not happy about
Russell's gonna pass. It's gonna pass Max. You might be looking at the replay from a few laps ago on the restart
that. This was
because
lap 65.
that's what. Yeah, that's what they were. Because that's what the FI. That's the investigation. It was on the restart. Alonso is at the points, by the way. He's gone past Barlow and Lawson.
Well,
So right now,
Hulkenberg's past Hamilton.
Hulkenberg's past Hamilton. My God, this is a crazy end of the lap. Crazy end of this
What?
race.
What are we
We
watching?
all need to give Antonelli a thank you for having the engine blow.
Yeah,
Leclerc, 2 laps left to go in this race. We've got action all over the place right now. Again, Alonso
it's
is
crazy.
in the points. Max is in the nearest range of Russell at the moment. This is again to probably lap.
And they're now investigating turn 5 between Verstappen and Russell. Really
We are
not
on the
sure
final
what's
lap
going on
right
there.
now. Again, this is the Racing Tickets YouTube channel. You guys are listening on Twitch, on YouTube, Facebook. We're at the end of this race right now. Again, Oscar's leading this race. It's his race to lose. Norris is second, Leclerc is third. There is a 1 second gap to Russell P4, and the Verstappen is in DRS range. Isaac within DRS range of Hamilton. Colpino just passed up. Lonzo is in the points. He's clearly in the points right now.
That's
Again, there was an investigation. There was an incident on the restart. 6 laps to go between Leclerc, Russell, and Verstappen. Verstappen is the one being investigated.
Yeah. And if Verstappen gets a penalty for this, Hulkenberg in a kick Sauber will be P5.
5. Oh, that's
That
crazy.
is extraordinary. Extraordinary.
And that is going to be that's our P1, P2, Oscar P1, Norris P2. Here comes Leclerc. Russell's in DRS range. It's not going to be enough. It's going to be Leclerc taking that podium position. Matt Gallagher is over the moon right now. Russell is P4 and Verstappen's P5. Hulkenberg, now this is provisional right now. Hulkenberg currently P6, Hamilton 7, Isaac 8th, Gasly 9th. Alonso right now P10, heading his first point of the season. Alonso points, finally.
Brilliant job there from Piastri at the end. Really kept us cool when Lando had the opportunity.
So
yeah,
again,
really clinical.
these positions are provisional because there's an investigation on Max Verstappen.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, use W's. Sauber potentially P5 if there's a penalty on Max, which might happen. We'll see.
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly. This is one of those. They have given Max the penalty. 10-second time penalty. Wow, 10-second time penalty
Wow.
for causing a collision.
He's gonna be out of the
That's
points.
no, Max is gonna be in 10th.
10th. Oh, I thought
So
that was going to drop him out of the points.
So Alonso is 9th. Gasly's promoted to 8th.
Oh,
Isaac is promoted to 7th. Hamilton promoted to 6th, and Hulkenberg promoted to P5.
that is incredible.
G's and
Wow.
chats for Hulkenberg, everyone.
What an end to this race.
This is crazy. Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah, there will be a lot of talking about that penalty.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am a Max fan. Unfortunately, Max was not ahead of Leclerc. Was not ahead of Russell. The other thing we have to take into account here is that they put Max on hard tires and everyone else on softs, and they basically
Yes.
hung him out to dry.
I mean, they put him in
Yeah.
that position, really.
Still got a penalty,
So
only to be still in the point. It's a point. It's a point, and
yes.
that's so basically that's a massive gain for McLaren for Max to be
It,
getting only a
effectively pointless.
single point. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it's only getting a point versus 25, 2018. I mean, that's 24,
it's
17
massive.
points gained. Yeah, huge gain for McLaren.
Yeah, I believe that'll put Red Bull down to fourth in the constructors as well, almost certainly behind McLaren. Sorry, behind Ferrari and Mercedes as well.
Racing Bulls are earning more points today than Red Bull.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
which is
says the story.
so is Aston Martin, Alpine, and Kick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a stat to hang your hat on as well.
that really is something.
Yeah. So again, is there anything you want? This has been crazy. Is there anything you want to say before we take off?
I mean, I think the strategy from this race was quite interesting actually, and it all amassed to a really interesting ending. We got a bit of a build up, and we actually got a finish now. So really, really good race actually in terms of strategy, in terms of fighting. Bit of controversy at the end, but really enjoyed it. I hope all the people watching along with us did enjoy it as well.
Yeah. Again, for everyone here at the Race Statistics family, I want to thank you those who were here and watched with us. If we were watching live or on demand, thank you so much. Uh, when is our next race? That's a good question.
Canada,
Canada.
Montreal,
Is that 2 weeks?
I believe so.
Yeah, let me just check. Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So we'll be off next week. There's no race next week for Formula One, but we will be back on Friday the 13th at Canada.
We
I've
will
seen
be.
red flags. Yeah, I've seen red flags at Canada. Oh, have I seen red flags at Canada? We lost. I was on the, was it 2 years ago or it was either 2 or 3 years ago. I was on for Canada when they had the issue with the track cameras not being in sync and not in working order, and we lost, I think, FP1 because of it. And the only reason that the marshals knew that something had happened is because Sainz, again at the time with Ferrari, basically had an incident where he pulled off to the side of the road and he disappeared from the cameras for like 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
uh, so we'll be back for Canada in 2 weeks. Yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed on YouTube, now's a great time to do it so that you will get notifications when we go live. If you follow us on Twitch and you've got your notifications set up properly, you will get those notifications on Twitch. Sorry, people, I don't know how TikTok works, so I don't know what to tell you over there. Again, if you're following us on Facebook, we'll be on Facebook as well, so don't worry. Yeah, this has been Grash here with the Spanish Grand Prix. Oscar is our winner. Norris is second. Leclerc is third on the podium. Russell is fourth. Hulkenberg is fifth. Hamilton is sixth. Isaac is seventh. Gasly eighth. Alonso ninth. Max is 10th. He finished fifth, but got a 10-second penalty and dropped him to 10th. And that 10-second penalty ultimately start finish straight involving so the 10-second penalty that Max got was between him and Russell. Stewart just got a race control message saying that the incident between Max and Leclerc will investigate after race causing a collision. So this is still provisional. He could be
Yes, it is all
penalized again.
provisional.
He could be penalized again. And that would, if another penalty happens, that would drop Max out of the points and loss it into the points. And that would be a day where Racing Bull, if that happens, Racing Bull will get double points and Red Bull gets no points.
That would be brutal.
Oh, that would be brutal. I mean, that would be brutal. That would be the bigger story. Um, yeah, that would be a huge story. That might actually. Let's take a look at the timing chart. Um, if he gets another 10-second penalty, that would put Max. Uh, that would put Max to P15. So we'd be ahead of the Haas's. So
Yes.
so so on that would make on record Yuki Tsunoda ahead of Max. Now that's
Yep.
speculation, but that's what we saw with Russell. If that happens again with Leclerc, and then we don't know how many penalty points we're dealing with,
Yeah. So I believe Max
which
already
would
has
be
quite a few penalty points.
yeah. So that would be another two. It could be two already for the one with
Russell.
Russell, and then another two if he's given another penalty for a collision with
Yeah.
Leclerc. Yeah, this is gonna get dicey. Is Leclerc getting a penalty?
Yeah.
No. Leclerc is not getting a penalty. Leclerc was ahead of Verstappen. Max is the one being investigated. The other person involved with that incident was Leclerc. That's what's going on. So no, Leclerc is not getting a penalty. Nope. Delusional am I? You are wrong. It's Max in both cases. Max, it's not Leclerc. It's not Russell. It was Max is being investigated with incidents with Leclerc, and then Max is investigated and got a penalty with Russell. So let's get this correct. So yeah, this is gonna
Yeah.
get dicey. Um,
I mean, as a Ferrari fan myself, I'm very glad that Charles can't get a penalty.
all right. So for everyone here, there is this. Yeah, later. Yeah, news as we go through. We will. If you want to continue discussing this, come jump into the Discord because we're going to have a lot of things to say about this. There'll be a lot of discussion about this over in the Discord channel, Discord server. So we'll just make sure that we've got that. Make sure that link is in chat for you guys. Do we have anything else we need to say right now, or we're just
I think ready to wrap it up for today.
all right? That's where we're gonna leave it. For everyone here at Racing Statistics, thank you for being us for the Grand Prix. We will be back on Friday the 13th, 12 days from now. Yep, Friday the 13th. All right. Take care, everyone. We will see you in 12 days.
Bye bye.